Hi, I'm Nikki. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm 46 and I'm slightly orcish. Just kidding. I'm not Nikki, but I am doing a collab with her today and we're going to torture ourselves for your benefit. So if you're interested to see what we're going to do, just keep watching. I am so glad you guys decided to come back and see what's going on here today because we have something very fun in store for you today. My name is Debbie. My channel is Debutawn. Welcome. If you're from Nikki's channel and you don't know me yet, I am 46. I am relatively vintage and I also am orcish, slightly orcish, on the cooler side. Nikki is a dear friend of mine. We are soul sisters and we wanted to do this collab today and I'm super excited about it. You know why? Because we're going to torture ourselves for your entertainment. You might not know this, but Nikki and I definitely have quite a few things in common. Not just our age and our skin tone, and both of us have a passion for makeup, but also we have a brand that we absolutely adore in common, and that is Nomad Cosmetics. We have decided to take our entire collection of Nomad Cosmetics, knowing that we both have probably just about every single palette that Nomad has ever made and pick the favorite shade from each palette to create a look. You don't want to even know how many palettes this is going to take. But if you're not familiar with Nikki and you're from my channel, please go over and check her out. We've known each other for quite some time. We used to collab back in the day, probably 3 or 4 years ago, and we did some big collabs together and everything, and we would talk pretty surfacely, but then we reconnected when I did my collab palette, and now we became super close friends, and I'm so thankful for her. She is absolutely amazing, and I know that you guys will absolutely enjoy her channel 1000%. So please go check her out. I'll have all of her information down in the description box, and I'll have it linked in the comments. Okay, I have 17 palettes, and I have to, if I'm going to do that many colors on my eyeballs, I'm going to swatch my favorite colors. I'm not going to go into detail about why or anything. I'll try because I get excited about beautiful makeup, but I'm going to go through and swatch my favorites and we're going to see it on my arm, and then I will jump right into doing a look so that we don't have to make this video any longer than it needs to be. And I will just jump into it and we'll see what kind of disaster I can come up with. Let's just get into swatching. I thought I would also throw in a bronzer. I don't typically bronze, but I have a Nomad bronzer and I was like, let me just toss that into the mix. We'll use that at the end.
Well, while I was getting set up, just like the voting here in America, I had to do a recount. I actually have 18 palettes. Okay, so
the first ones I'm going to swatch is, I'll tell you a little bit about this one because it is a special palette and it's also something that Nikki and I have in common. We both won the Positivity Award at the same time and we were able to get these sent to us for being voted for a positive influencer within the community. So that was really cool that we had this at the same time. And that was before we were talking like we are now. So that was really neat that we figured out that we both got this at the same time. Okay, so my favorite shade in here is definitely this dusty pink. It works as a really good transition shade on my skin tone. Since I am a cool tone olive, it pops on my skin. This one looks like this here. It's an olive tone palette and I like this mid-tone olivey green. It's really pretty. There's that. The next one, we're gonna dip into this one here. I know I'm crazy, but I'm gonna go with this orangey red. It's gonna be hard to match up with the rest of the palettes. And this one here, this is a newer one. I love this shade. There's that. And the Marrakesh. Just so you know, this is the Malibu, the Encinitas and the Malibu. And then we have the Home for the Holidays. I hadn't told you what the names of these were. And then Santa's Village. Now we're on the Marrakesh. Such a pretty grungy yellow.
I'm not trying to plan it out so I can make a look that's cohesive. I'm going to make it as disastrous and as difficult as possible on myself because you know what? I like to punish myself, obviously.
This one is the Cartagena Magica and it looks like this here. La Doisa Cornada, and it's like a grungy looking orange. It's like a rusty orange. There's that. And then we have Antilles. I'm going to go in with Blue Lagoon. This is their older formula, pretty. We're going to go into the Whistler Snow Lodge. I already know this one. I don't even have to think about it. It is called Ski Bum. It is just gorgeousness.
Talk about releasing the endorphins.
Shifts from baby blue to pink to like a lavender. It's just gorgeous. We're going to go in with the Orient Express. It's definitely London. It is this, it's like this rose gold to pink to orange shift. And there's that. We're going to go with the Haunted Europe. I love Big Bad Wolf in this one. It's like this silvery metal looking, but it has like a lavender shine to it. It's so, so pretty. There's that. The Nomad Paradise Islands. I'm going to go into Lizard. There's that one. The Berlin Underground. I'm going to go in with this little sparkly black in this one. I really enjoy this one because I love just a little bit of a sparkle in a black. If it's a matte, I love it. The Tokyo. On this one, I believe it's called Oteku. This one here is so, so pretty. Let's just... There's that. It's so, so pretty. It's like this baby pink and it shifts to a blue and a purple. It's so, so pretty. It's a beautiful topper. And then we have the Hudson Valley. This is one of my favorite palettes that they've came out with. I love this color story on this one. Looks like that there. I love this one called Wine Harvest. So pretty. There's Wine Harvest. This is a fun color story, I'm telling you. Okay, then we have the Nomad Monteverde. Love the sloth on here, so adorable. This one has one of the most beautiful bright yellows in it. I can't believe I'm picking so many mattes, but I just love Nomad's matte formula. So pretty. America's Parks. It looks like that there. In this one, it's kind of this orangey, it has kind of a red flip to it, and it has these flakes in it. It's just so stunning. There's that. We have the Iceland Fire and Ice. Looks like this here. Elves. Oh my goodness. This one is like this. Oh, it's just so mint green, but more of a blue. It's just so, so pretty. All right, last one. We have the Fêtes de Provence. Looks like this here. I love the shade. And here it looks like a dusty, darker than a lavender, but it's like a smoky purple. It's so pretty. It looks like that there. So that is going to be my color story. So when you see me next, we'll be zoomed in and ready to go to start creating this look. See what we can come up with. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of this bronzer on. I'm a cool tone olive, so it's really hard for me to get bronzers that match up. I do have a couple, but I just don't wear it very often. So I'm going to go in really lightly, and I keep it because it's Nomad, and I'm a collector. I'm a completionist. I already have blush on, so. Okay, so we used that one. It didn't do too bad. I did it very lightly. I wanted to incorporate it. It's a bonus piece. Okay, I said I wasn't going to cheat, but I'm going to change one. Not because it's going to make it any easier, but because when I was looking at this, I picked the yellow matte because I really do love the bright yellow matte in this, but this is really, like, I love this shade. And so I was like, oh, I forgot about this shade. And so I can prove it. The most used shadow has a dent in it. It's Hanging Bridges. Oh. This one, it has to go in this look. I love this. It shifts. It's got like that. You see that? Oh, it is gorgeous. So I'm switching out the bright yellow matte for this one. I'm kind of bending the rules just a little bit. This is honestly one of those things that you cannot overthink it. You just got to start doing it, because if you try to overthink it, you'll get stuck. I'm going to go into the black that's in the Berlin Underground with that little bit of micro sparkle. I'm just going to take that and just tap and work that into my eye here. I do have hooded eyes, so I don't want to get too carried away, because this girl's got to find space for all these eyeshadows on both sides. And I'm going to take the olive tone shade in here that I picked, and I'm going to kind of blend that out a little bit on the edges. A little bit more fluffier brush. blow that out a little bit. 2 down, 16 more to go. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this really pretty smoky purple. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna just kind of put it up high. I love this shade because it's like this subtle, smoky, cool tone purple, and it just makes the prettiest grungy looks. Okay, we're gonna go into this one and we're gonna pick up Big Bad Wolf. Ooh, I wanna use a little bit of eye primer. I'm gonna use my Death and Candy Liquid Life.
I may or may not have gotten Nikki hooked on this.
But I'll never admit it.
So pretty. Hope you guys can see it, but it's like this silvery goodness that has like a lavender shift to it. So pretty. Okay, now I'm going to dip into this green here and kind of put this in the center because I want to use one of the other green toppers over top of it. I think that's how I'm going to do it. I don't know. We'll see what this looks like. Okay, the matte green didn't look as bad as I thought with those other colors. So I'm just trying to pop that down in the center and see what it looks like, and it looks good, I think. And so now I have 2 different toppers, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this real bright one and put it over the main part of the green, and then I have this one here that is so yummy. The one that I switched the matte yellow over to, which is this one here, and we'll incorporate that somewhere above where I put this one, I guess. This one, a lot of people had talked about this palette. Really, you just got to get your fingers into it. If you don't like using your fingers, this might not be the palette for you, but it looks gorgeous. See, it's gorgeous. I think it's just whether or not you like it depends on how you use it. That's all. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just how do you work the shadow? All right, that's really pretty. Kind of took away the bright, the true green, but it's a topper, so we have to do what we have to do, right? I'm gonna take a sponge tip applicator because I really want this one to show, and I want to concentrate it in a small area, and I can't necessarily do that with my fingernails, so because we're trying to fit all of these on our eyes. So I'm kind of going over where that purple-ish one, I'm kind of combining the two, but this is kind of turning into almost like a greenish yellow with a peachish shift to it. It's so pretty. Okay. We can only take it so far. Okay, elves on this one here. And again, I'm going to take the other side of this sponge tip applicator, and it's kind of like an icy greenish. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Kind of connect all of these right here. Oh, so pretty. Okay, I'm going to take this bright teal and ski bum in the inner-ish corner. We'll see. No, I'm going to take the bright teal. I'm going to take the bright teal that is in the Antilles palette. So it's this one here, and it's a shimmer, but it's an old school shimmer. And I'm going to layer ski bum over top of it because it can work as a topper, and it shifts from the bluish purple, teal, and lavender and all that good stuff. Okay, and then I'm going to go and flip this over and get that ski bum. We're going to go ahead and take it down into the inner corner. Somehow, some way, we've got to figure out how to get all of these on the bottom row. I don't know. I have a little bit of fallout on my face because I create fallout. I like to go in heavy-handed, so I'll fix all that whenever we're done here to finish up the look. Let's start on the lower lash line. This is what I picked out of this palette, so I'm going to start off with that one, running it on the lower lash line. When I do any kind of work on my lower lash line, I always spray my mattes or my shimmers. It'll typically last throughout the day. Plus, it also gives it full pigmentation, and I love that too. Really punched up that color. Try not to take it too far. Gotta save room for all the 14 other colors. Just kidding. I'm actually going to take it up into the lid a little bit. It's just a beautiful matte color. Now I'm going to go in with this little orangey red shimmer. We're going to layer that over top. I'm going to spray it also. So foiled. Just dragging it over the other color just a little bit. I'm going to go into this orangey little like burnt orange that I picked. Really amps up that orange too. Pretty. And then I'm going to take this little shimmer here that has the orange and red and gold and everything in it. Even has a little bit of pink in it. And I'm taking it up on my brush. Going to spray it also.
Hey, I'm running out of space and I've got 4 palettes left. Okay, let's get creative.
I have picked out this mustardy yellow over here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a dry brush. I'm going to pick up that mustardy yellow, the turmeric out of the Marrakesh palette, and I'm going to try to smoke this out. We'll see how this ends up looking. If it'll play nice with that purpley red over there. That there. Because it's kind of mixing it all in and kind of blending better than what I thought. That's why this is fun, because it's making you step out of your comfort zone a little bit and see what you can brainstorm to make this work. I'm going to run this pink on out here and kind of blow this out, and I'm going to do something I never do. I never take it up to my lash line, but I'm going to take it up to my lash line a little bit and take it into that dark, kind of continue it out a little bit. I don't usually take it out too far because I have a scar right here, and I think that it messes with the way the eye look ends up looking. It's a pretty deep scar, and so I try to, but you see how pretty that looks? It just gives this really pretty dusty pink look to my skin tone. It's not overwhelming by any means. It just kind of gives this really pretty pink tone, which is kind of hard with my skin tone because I don't usually take to pinks very well. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one here that has that pinky shift, and we're just going to layer it and kind of keep it out of the outer corner. I don't think I'm going to take it that far, but I'm going to take it up in here. Okay, bringing that out. And then the last shade is this one right here that I love. It is definitely dug into. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go around my look and just use this as an accent almost. I'm going to put it right in the center with that blue because it really shines. This is my favorite pastel palette. I love it so much. So pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to take that also. I'm just going to hit that right up in here to make it extra shiny. In the high point of the brow, but I'm going to take it all over since we did pink all over in there, like that there, on both sides. And then I'm going to go ahead and use that also as a highlighter. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to spray it. I haven't sprayed my highlighter in a long time. I'm going to put a little spritz on my highlighter. All right, here we go. That's stunning. I'm going to pop off here. I'm going to do my liner and my lippy, and I'll be right back to show you the finished look. Okay, guys, this is my final look. I love how it turned out. Like, it's fun. It's a lot of shades on my eyes right now, but it turned out really well. I kind of like it. Okay, guys. There's a couple things. Please go over and check out Nikki's video if you haven't already watched it. I'm super excited to see what she came up with. and to see all of her entire Nomad collection. And, you know, not only is Nikki so very special to me, but she also inspires me. And I was thinking, she has some of the best intros and outros. And I love her outro where, you know, may your skin always match your neck. And I was thinking to myself, you know, I really need a catchy outro also. But I don't want it like hers. It has to reflect me. So I thought about it. And I'm going to try it out on you guys at the end of this, but I'm not gonna do that right now because it won't be natural. So I am gonna try it out at the end of this, and you'll have to let me know down in the comments section if you like my new outro or not. But I think this is gonna be my new outro. All right, so on my lips, I am using the Curst Kosmetics lip liner in Holy, and this is actually sent to me by Nikki, and I put that all over the lips, and then I used a Nomad from the Wenzdae Cosmetics collection, and I believe this one is called Glassy, or Glass, I believe, but I'm not sure what this one's named, but it's really pretty. It has kind of a gold shift to it. It's really, really pretty. I'm not a big gloss wearer, but I did try. I'm not a big gloss wearer, but that one is really pretty. Okay, so also in my waterline, I use the Urban Decay 24 in Chaos. So just a pop of blue in there. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please go over and check out Nikki and subscribe. She is doing so well. She's over 10K now. I'm so proud of her. And yeah, okay. And that is going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And may glitter catch your eye, but never go in it. Take care. Bye-bye.